Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westie here, and I wanted to talk about what skipping breakfast does to your hormones and some things to think about if you're trying to use skipping breakfast as an intermittent fasting technique. If your system's not ready for it, or if you don't have certain things in alignment with your hormone levels, it's actually not going to work, and it's going to be harder on your system in the long run and really lead you farther away from the results you are typically trying to get by incorporating something like intermittent fasting, right? We have all heard about intermittent fasting and how wonderful it is and all the fantastic things it does. Yes, absolutely, but only if your system is ready for it, only if the female body is ready for it, because if you're not ready for it, it can actually have a really negative impact. We chat about these things in the 12-week challenge, which I'm putting the link for the waitlist here below in the comments. And if you are not on the waitlist, make sure you get on the waitlist because registration opens this Friday. Only way you get the registration link is if you are on the waitlist, and you get your own Dutch test that shows exactly what your hormone levels are, so you know exactly what to implement and when with your system, so we don't jump into stuff that your body's not ready for. So, skipping breakfast, right? Oh, I'm going to do intermittent fasting. I just don't eat breakfast. That seems like a great idea. So-and-so did it and it worked for them. Cool, great, like good for them. But they might have different hormone levels. They probably have different things going on internally that implementing something as simple as that can be impactful. Skipping a meal is a great way to try and like cut nutrients, to try and cheat the system to get a different result. That doesn't necessarily mean your system is actually doing the internal things physiologically that fasting is supposed to do. We have to make sure your body is ready for it. So many times I will look at I actually went over a Dutch test today with somebody, and the levels that I saw, I was like, yeah, there's no way. There's no way that fasting is going to be helpful for you right now. It's going to dig you into a deeper hole. And she was like, dang it, no wonder why I felt like garbage, and I just felt like I wasn't doing it right, or I needed to do it more, like give it more time to work. I know, everybody feels like that. But honestly, if fasting is doing the right thing for you, you will feel better while doing it, not worse. So that's like your first clue, right? Yes. But when we look at cortisol levels and everything else and what happens when you skip breakfast, instead of actually making sure your system is ready for it, is it actually increases your cortisol response. It is more stressful on your system. And if you already have too high cortisol levels, which again we measure for, what it does to your system is it kicks into fat storage. I know what you're thinking. Like, no, I thought it's supposed to make you burn fat. Yes, it is, if your body's ready for it. But if your system is responding like this and your cortisol levels are already high, and then you skip breakfast and you're really hard on your system and you're just drinking coffee in the morning, it raises your cortisol even more and your body goes even harder into fat storage, making it harder to lose weight, especially if you are working out in the morning on an empty stomach, especially if you're doing fasted workouts in the morning. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Yes. It will also decrease your blood sugar maintenance throughout the day, right? It makes it harder to maintain your blood sugar levels, which is going to lead to more cravings then. That means if you think you started off the day really well, we've all done this, right? We're like, I'm starting off the day really well. I'm starting off the day really healthy, and I'm doing all these good things. And by the end of the day, you're like, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. I need to eat. I need to have food in my face. Holy crap. And you end up eating a bag of chips before you go to bed because the cravings are just so bad. Yeah, that's because your system was not set up for success all the way from the beginning, right? The other thing that it does is if you are skipping breakfast and your body's not ready, is that it can decrease your digestive rate overall, which means you're having a decrease of overall detoxification of hormones and in that hormone process. That's one of the other things that we go over when we go over your Dutch test. There's a whole page of how your body processes hormones. We go over it. I explain it to you in detail. Otherwise, it just looks like craziness, right? Yes. But this is how your body processes hormones. It's really important that we understand what this is, how this works, and that we know where it's not happening very well so we can keep that process moving. So that's why making sure your digestive system is working and makes sure that your body can detox hormones properly, and at the right rate. Yes. So again, these are all things that we do in the 12-week challenge. Make sure you are on the wait list, which is in the comments there, because again, registration link is only released to the wait list. So other resources I have for you. My book, The Female Fat Solution. This is on Amazon. Female Menopause Solution. This is also on Amazon. I do talk about intermittent fasting in here and the right way to intermittent fast for the female body. That's really, really important. I also have my podcast, The Female Health Solution, and then my YouTube channel is called Dr. Beth Westie. You can subscribe to stay updated on all the videos I have coming out. And then my 2 tinctures for hormones are Estrobalance and Progesterobalance, and these are on my website, Nutrition for Your Cycle. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. Let me know if you guys have any questions, or let me know if you want me to dive into any other things on what you can do instead for your cortisol, or how to fast, or something like that. Again, just leave a comment down below if you want me to do a deeper dive on something I've covered. I'm more than happy to do that. Otherwise, have a great rest of your night, and I will see you guys later.